Hello everyone, it's FB here with a cast of Day 2 of the ESWC 2015 Trackmania 2 Stadium World Championship. Yesterday we had the first couple of matches taking place, and as we take a look at the bracket, we see that the 4 players that are remaining in the winner bracket and will face off against each other in the upcoming winner bracket final later today include the 2 times defending champion COD Jr., who's been dominating the tournament so far, as well as the 3 times runner-up Tween, former world champion Spam, and lastly the French hope Kronos. So that's going to be a very interesting match on paper, but before that one will be played, we'll have the first loser bracket round happening, and I will be casting the match between Wally, Royal, Pack, and oNio. And we also see that Scrappy, Kappa, Raisons, and Coons are waiting in the next loser bracket round. Before we bring it in-game here, let's also have a look at the format for these upcoming matches. This is a double elimination bracket, as you just saw, and all matches are played using something called Cup Mode with Finalist. And the basic gist of it is that you play to a set point limit, which is either 100 or 120 for the last matches, and once you reach that, you get a status of a finalist, which means that you have to take first place in one more round to secure your position and get through to the next round. Top 2 from each match are always advancing, and whoever get top 2 in the winner bracket final will receive some bonus points going into the grand final. And here's also a closer look at the schedule for today. As mentioned, we'll have the loser bracket round 1 played first, and if you want to watch the other match taking place at the same time, make sure to tune in to Orcs TV, who are casting that match in French. And then we'll also have the winner bracket final at 2 PM, and following that we'll have the next couple of loser bracket matches played as well. The day will end with the loser bracket final starting at 5:30 PM, though we did see some last minute changes yesterday, so keep that in mind, that the matches could be played at slightly different times. Alright, so let's bring it in-game now. The first match of the day is about to start, and we see the players currently warming up on the server. And while we still have a bit of a time here, let's have a closer look at the 4 players that are going to drive in this match. So let's begin with Wally from Canada. Plays for RTA, and last year took 17th place at ESWC. Yesterday he lost against his fellow Canadian COD Jr., Tween, and Beat in the winner bracket quarterfinal. And next up we have this person. It's Royal from Romania and also from Hungary. He plays with camera 1 and with a keyboard, and this is Royal's first offline event. Yesterday Royal struggled a bit and took last place in his winner bracket quarterfinal against his teammate Raisons and also Kronos and Bergie. Moving on to the third player, which is Pack. Here's a closer look at Pack as well, from United Kingdom, representing Team Dignitas. And he plays with an Xbox 360 gamepad and using camera 2. This is also Pack's first offline event, and Pack initially did really well in yesterday's winner bracket quarterfinal, but in the end had some difficulties and would ultimately lose against Coons and Spam to drop down to this match. Alright, and the last player playing in this match is the German oNio, who lost against Kappa and Scrappy in his winner bracket quarterfinal, representing Mousesports. Plays using camera 2 and a gamepad, and he got the most amount of achievements out of these 4 players. Let's see if that's gonna help him in this match. So we are still waiting for the admin to show up, and here he is. So that should mean that we are starting in just a few moments, and then we'll also see which map will be played first. So yeah, waiting here for a little while. Again, the other loser bracket final is going on right now, or will start around this time. It's between Beat, Bergie, Corey, and Yo-Yo, and you can watch that one on Orcs TV's channel. Just go on the ESWC website for Trackmania 2 Stadium. and you should see the stream listed there. So Sky will now shuffle the maps, so we will get ready here to start the first match of today. Wally, oNio, Royal and Pack. 2 of them will continue on in the loser bracket and the other 2 will be fully eliminated. And now we'll see which map will be played first. It's going to be this one, John Cena, made by Wally himself. Let's see if that's gonna help him out in any way. The world record is by COD Junior 106.24.2. And we'll have 1 warm-up round before starting this match. Let's see some images of this track. The ending can be a bit scary. If you don't have enough speed to make it to the closer finish, you might hit the edge and fall out of the track. We saw some examples of that yesterday, especially from a Tween, who I believe did it twice. So you gotta be careful about that. So yeah, doing a warm-up round here, and then we'll start off the match. And as mentioned, after this one, the highly interesting winner bracket final will take place. I really look forward to that one, as I'm sure all of you are as well. COD Junior versus Kronos versus Tween and versus Spam. Could not really ask for much better of a match, at least on paper. So that's going to be very, very interesting. All right, so Wally finishing off this warm-up round, and we will go live now in just a few seconds. Again, the format, we are playing to a point limit of 100. Once you reach 100, you become a finalist. And that means that you have to win 1 more round to secure your position. Top 2 from this match will advance to the next round in the loser bracket. The other 2 will be eliminated. We are playing 5 rounds on each map. First place in each round gets 10 points. Second place will get 6 points. Third place will get 4 points. And fourth place will get 3 points. And we are live into the first round, following RTA Wally, as he takes the lead here in the start, ahead of Pack, oNio and Royal. Pack with good speed though in the next turn, but Wally hits the next turn a bit better, so he's still remaining in the lead. Royal has dropped down to last place behind oNio, as Pack will make the first mistake of the match. And that's gonna put oNio, or Wally, a bit with a bit of a bigger lead. He's 900s in front of oNio, who is in pretty close pursuit. As you see, Royal also dropping down and taking over that 4th place. Wally on his way to win the first round over the jump, keeping the same distance down to oNio. See if he can keep that. And Pack still at 3rd place. oNio getting closer, and oNio will overtake Wally for a brief moment. But over the drop, Wally is still in the lead. And a good turn here as well. Should have enough speed to make it. And Wally flies into the finish, taking 1st place. And what a good time as well. 106.89. That's how you start off a match. Wally with the first 10 points. oNio with 6 points. Pack with 4. And Royal getting 3 points. As we start the second round, see if Wally can keep up this performance. I seem to recall yesterday he started off pretty good in his winner bracket quarterfinal as well, and then gradually would lose his focus a bit and make a bit more mistakes as the match went on. We see Royal already down in the start. Doesn't really bode well for the Team Acer driver. Wally down to 3rd, Pack instead taking the lead over oNio. As we go up on the road again and down to the grass. This turn can be pretty tricky. You need to have a lot of precision. Up on the platform, trying to build up as much speed as possible over the jump. Still Pack in the lead, but oNio is just behind him. And oNio now on the attack, looking to pass. Can he pull it off? Once again does this part well. oNio goes up in the lead before the drop. And also Wally getting closer to Pack. Pack though coming closer with a great drop, but oNio still in the lead, should be able to get this one. And he will. 106.62 by oNio. What a time. And Pack only 400s behind it. Really good effort from those two. Then Wally finishing at 3rd. And Royal almost 3 seconds behind. With that win, oNio now taking over 1st place in the score rankings at 16. Wally with 14, Pack with 10, and Royal with 6 points. So not a good start for Royal. As we start the third round, oNio and Wally will get the best start, with Pack and Royal at the bottom. oNio with a small jump in that left corner seemed to pay off. He extends his lead as Wally clips the wall, and he is going down to last place. oNio now with a solid lead, 1600s in front of Royal. Oh, but then he hits the edge of the road. Very bad place to crash as well, since you go through this one with a lot of speed. So oNio is gonna drop down a lot with that. Looks to be a fight between Pack and Royal now for first place. Pack in the lead with 600s. Building on his lead. And unless he messes up the ending, he should be able to take this one. Royal getting a bit closer perhaps. But Pack looking to take this one. 106.97. Finishing 800ths of a second in front of Royal. Then oNio and Wally both with mistakes. Pack now tied for first with oNio 20 points each. Wally 3 points behind and Royal 8 points behind. 2 more rounds remaining on the first map. Pack, just like Wally, started off his match well yesterday, but then started to play a bit worse in the end, as we see him getting a no drift when going up on the road again. From at the transition, you can sometimes get drift marks on your wheels, and that will prevent you to getting a drift in the next turn, as we see Royal also falling down. And oNio has also made a small blunder, so Wally now alone at the top, 4700s in front of oNio. Can play on the result a bit now, take it easy. Looking at the checkpoints, you can see that he have a pretty big lead. And of course, these players are also having the cars on, so they do see the other players. oNio continues his journey to the end. 1 second in front of Pack, who has now passed oNio, and in fact it's really close between the other 3 players. Pack right now at second, as Wally will take first, oNio will take third, and where's Royal? He's made a mistake in the end and slowly finishes at 4th place. Wally in the lead now at 27, Pack at 26, oNio at 24, and Royal at 15. As we begin the last round of this first map, John Cena, made by Wally himself, and so far it seems to have paid off. He seems to do well on this track, although not doing so well on this round though. He's at last place, but it's still a close pack of players, only about 600s between them all. So this could still go either way. Royal will take the lead. Pack with a good turn, comes back nicely, and is still very much involved in this round. Wow, this is super close between Pack, oNio, and Royal. Pack though will take a bit of a lead here over the platform and over the jump. Royal will drop down a bit, oNio though still in it. Wally a bit further behind. Here's Royal catching up to oNio, and will pass Pack, who makes a mistake, hits the wall hard. It's oNio now for first place, but he goes too wide in the last turn, and instead Royal will take his first place with a time of 106.82. Late mistakes from both oNio and Pack, and of course that will allow Wally to go up to 2nd place, and that's gonna be the end of the first map. Royal with that first place, making it look much closer now. He's at 25 points, oNio at 27, Pack at 30, and Wally at 33. So only 8 points between all 4 players as we move on to the second map. Alright, and we'll have one more warm-up round here before continuing the match. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at this next map. It's called Threshold. The author is Pain, and the world record is by Tween, 104.444. So we will soon continue this winner bracket. Oh, this loser bracket round 1 match. Top 2 will advance further. The other 2 will be eliminated. So this is do or die now for these 4 players. They need to perform. Royal had a bit of a bad start, but picked up the pieces a bit there in the end of the first map and is still very much in it. As we continue this warm-up round. And this track is a bit longer than the first one, and also a bit more challenging. In fact, all 5 maps in this map pack are pretty challenging, I would say. Which is why we are seeing quite a lot of mistakes. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of the warm-up round. And we are now continuing this loser bracket round 1 of the ESWC 2015 Trackmania 2 Stadium World Championship. Who will go through? Wally in the lead, Pack at second, oNio at third, and Royal at 4th place as we go into the first round. Wally had a really good start to the first map, won the first round, and will take the lead here in the second map as well. On the first round. Really good start from Wally, losing a bit of speed here, so Pack will pass him. oNio is at third, and Royal already far behind. Over the stretch, oNio hits the side of the road. Royal will catch up to him and also overtake him. Meanwhile, Pack has built up a lead over Wally. 2900s in front of him as we approach the wall hit of the track. Can be a bit challenging to get through. Wally actually opting to go for a drift instead, realizing that he wouldn't probably catch up to Pack anyway, so not really any need doing a wall hit there. Pack looking to win this first round. Flies into the finish, 104.89. Really good time by Pack. And Wally taking third and Royal staying in front of oNio. Yeah, that's... is that the first time under 105 that we have seen on this track? It could be. Only about 40 hundredths from the world record as oNio crashes in the start. You need to do a small zigzag movement in that downhill in the start. And looks like oNio mistimed it a bit. And as a result, we'll be behind already with 2.5 seconds. Pack, once again, does this section of the track very fast, and he will go up in the lead once again. And it looks like Wally has also fallen down and maybe hit the edge. Yes, he did. So Wally coming to a complete stop. oNio will pass him. Here's oNio with a solid lead over Royal, 4600s in front. Could actually not go for the wall hit here if he decides to do that, but he's still gonna go for it. Maybe haven't practiced the drift, but it worked out for Pack, and looks like he's gonna win another first place here. As he goes through the last couple of turns, make sure that he doesn't go too wide here in the end, and another great time from Pack, 105.07. Royal will take second in front of oNio, and then Wally finishing at 4th place. So a promising start for Pack on this second map. Up in the lead now with 50 points. Wally is at 42. Royal has passed oNio up to third now at 35, 1 point in front. Oh yeah, we see oNio actually doing the opposite zigzag movement there in the start. It's only one out of these 4 players doing it that way. Doesn't really matter, I think. I tried to do it to do both ways myself when I was practicing these tracks for casting purposes. Oh, Wally goes a bit too wide in that turn. Should be able to have enough speed at least to make it over the jump. Pack is looking extremely strong on this track. He's 1700s in front of Royal, and this should be another potential time under 105. Pack keeping an amazing pace. No one is able to keep up. oNio has made another crash. Oh, and a bad wall hit from Pack. As I said, that one can be a bit tricky. Royal will take advantage of it and pass Pack, but Pack coming back nicely here in the next turn. Very close between Royal and Pack. The ending will decide it. Who's gonna take first place? It's Royal! 105.37 defeats Pack with 9 thousandths of a second. Close round. Then Wally taking third, and oNio continues to struggle on this map. He's falling out of this match at 37 points. Royal at 45, Wally at 46, and Pack at 56. But yeah, Pack did have that win. He only lost it because of his bad wall hit. So he's... oh! What a crash! Pack almost falling out of the track as well. And, well, he's not gonna win this round, that's for sure. Instead, Wally takes the lead, but then hits the border with one of his wheels, gets a small bump. And that's gonna allow oNio to pass him. Still in front of Royal though, but not anymore. Over the drop. Royal builds up more speed. And oNio now trying to get some well-needed points. Don't want to run the risk of falling behind too much here as we approach the wall hit again. Oh! What a crash from oNio! Falls out of the track. You can't respawn, so oNio with no points in this round. It's always a risk to drive over that border, especially in that angle that oNio had. And instead, Royal will take his second first place in a row. Which I think he's a bit surprised over, because oNio just disappeared out of nowhere. So big crashes from both Pack and oNio. And Royal now up to second place, 55 points, only 5 points behind Pack. Wally at 52 and oNio still at 37. That's not what he needed whatsoever. As we begin the fifth and final round of this second map, and Wally continues to do the start well. Royal a bit behind, but as long as the others are making big blunders, then Royal could always come back. He's known as a very consistent player. Oh, this time Pack hitting that border. So he's down to last place. Royal also passing him. Neck and neck between Wally and oNio. Good turn here from Wally over the transition. Up to first. Goes a bit too wide though. That's gonna allow oNio to come back. Oh, but then it's very back and forth here. oNio now making a small blunder there. Wally hitting the wall hit. oNio may have been a bit affected by that crash in the previous round. Decided to take it a bit safer instead. It looks like Wally's gonna win this round, and then it's really close between Pack and oNio, and they are catching up to Wally here. But Wally, oh, wow, so close that he went too wide, but he's gonna take that first place. 105.21, Pack 26 at second, and oNio at third, and Royal at fourth. So 2 maps played, Pack in the lead with 66 points, Wally with 62, Royal with 58, and oNio with 41. Alright, moving on to the third map. Again, a warm-up round before we continue the match. And let's take a closer look at this one as well. It's called Wurgle, made by Thompson, and again it's Tween with the fastest time, 59.18. This map I would consider the easiest one out of the 5 maps. It's a bit more straightforward. It's all about just keeping your speed through the turns. Not that much, not that many slow turns, so it's pretty speedy to go through. as we continue this warm-up round. Alright, that's the end of the warm-up. Pack in the lead in front of Wally, Royal and oNio, who had a very bad second map. We'll see if he can recover from that performance. He needs to, before it's too late. Again, the bottom two players in this match will be eliminated. This is the loser bracket, round 1. So it's all or nothing now for all these 4 players as we begin the first round of the third map, following Pack, who is in the lead. Wally hitting the ceiling of the checkpoint in the start, so he's already down. oNio with a great turn, goes up in lead in front of Pack. Royal has also fallen out a bit. oNio seems determined to make up for what he did on the second map. Continues to play well here, extending his lead now in front with 2300s in the next checkpoint over the stretch. Good speed from both oNio and Pack. And Royal is out. Wally is up to 3rd place. Over the transition, oNio keeps his wheels on the ground. Sometimes you might get a bit of a bump from the transition and you may lose a lot of time with that. Both players keeping their grip as well in that jump. Approaching the ending, Pack will also finish, almost had too many wheels up on the quarter pipe. But he will take second behind oNio, who sets a time of 59.76. If he can continue doing that, he might bring this back. He's up to 51 points now, Royal at 61, Wally at 66 and Pack at 72. This continues to be a very open match. Still feels like any one of these players could advance as we are into the second round now. Wally again getting a bad start. Good turn here though, will be able to pass Royal, hits the edge of the right wall. So he's gonna go down to last place again. In the top it's Pack versus oNio again, but this time Pack is in front. Good turn from oNio though, and also good speed, so he will take over 1st place. Wally catching up to Pack. Close round, also Royal is not too far behind. Pack now sneaking up on oNio. And will also pass him before the jump. See here who's gonna do this part the best. Looks like it's still Pack, but oNio with good speed as well. Wally hits the quarter pipe too much. Oh, and Pack will still stay in front of oNio with 600s. Both setting times under 1 minute. Royal taking 3rd after that late mistake from Wally. So Pack now up to 82 points. Wally with 69, Royal with 65 and oNio with 57. Pack getting closer to that finalist status. Can he win 2 more rounds here? Then he would be a finalist. This time Royal gets the best start, initially at least, but now oNio, Pack and Wally will all pass him as we go through the underground. Very close Pack though. Could go either way. Wally with a small lead, but then mistimes that turn, did not hit the apex well. So he is falling out to, or down to 4th place. It's between Royal, Pack and oNio for 1st place. Royal up in the lead. Great turn, but it's still very close. Only 700s between these 3 players. oNio with maybe not the best landing. That's a good turn though. He's still in it. Royal right now in the lead. Goes too wide though. Can he get through this turn? Yes, he will. And Royal will take his first place here on the 3rd map. 59.78. Solid time as well. oNio and Pack 0.83 and 0.85. And then Wally with another poor performance. So he is down to 3rd place now. Royal will overtake him up to 75 points. Pack at 86. oNio still at last with 63 points. 2 more rounds left of this map. And Pack could still reach finalist status, but needs to do pretty well in these last 2 rounds. Alright, pretty decent start from all 4 players. Oh, and oNio hitting that side, but did not get punished for it. Up in the lead in front of Royal right now. Oh, as Wally continues to struggle on this map, down to 4th place, and once again it's a fight between oNio, Pack and Royal. Royal with a bad turn, so he will drop down a bit. 1900s behind. It's between Pack and oNio instead, with Pack building up good speed over that small downhill. Should have this one in the bag. Oh, bad turn, and oNio comes back, but not able to build up as much speed as Pack, who will take it with a modest time of 59.99. 700s in front of oNio, so Pack up to 96 points. That means that if he takes 1st, 2nd or 3rd in this last round, he will be a finalist going into the next map. So let's see if he can pull it off. Only last place will not allow him to be a finalist, as oNio gets a small bump. But actually didn't lose too much from it. So nice recovery from oNio. Royal with a mistake here. He's down to 4th place. Wally in the meantime, having built up already quite the lead, but oNio with good speed coming back. And puts himself just behind Wally. Wally would love to win this round since he's not done well at all on this map. And right now he's still in the lead, although oNio is catching up for each checkpoint. Pack is a bit further behind, still in front of Royal though. Wally's still keeping that 1st place. He's had some trouble though getting through this ending, as oNio gets a weird bump from the jump. But somehow still able to catch up to Wally. oNio up to 1st place, and he's gonna take this one. 59.90 in front of Wally with 0.97. Pack at 3rd, and here's Royal. Seems like he crashed in the end, but still able to finish at least to take some points. Yeah, oNio with the weirdest landing, but still able to keep his line. That's a sign of a great player, I think. You need to be able to adjust your line. You never know really what kind of small bumps you will get. This is a game of small margins, so you gotta be sure that you are on your toes and really ready to adjust your lines and your trajectories. So great stuff there from oNio. Goes up to 79 points. As we move on to probably the last map here. Wally is at 81, Royal at 82, and Pack did take 3rd, so he will be a finalist. Will have his 1st match point after this warm-up round. So let's take a look here at the final map. This one is called Pace Off. Author is Sparko, and once again the world record is by Tween, 59.984, the only time under 1 minute. Still feels like even oNio could still qualify here. It's really close. Only Pack having a bit of a lead. But don't feel like it's a given that he will qualify here either. Especially not based on what he did yesterday, when he had quite a lot of trouble in his winner bracket quarterfinal. And that could happen again. If it can happen once, it could happen again. So still Pack with the risk here of not qualifying, but he will definitely get a couple of rounds here as the only finalist, and that's always nice to have. But again, you need to win a round, take 1st place to secure your position. If Pack does so, he will advance to the next loser bracket round. Good luck, have fun in the chat from the players. That's the end of the warm-up, and the match will be starting. Who will get through and who will be eliminated? Very close between Royal, Wally and oNio. And again, top 2 will advance. So even if Pack wins this one more player will also get through. Here we go. 1st match point for Dignitas Pack. Doesn't get a good start though. He's down to 4th place. Will pass Royal though. Up to 3rd, but still got oNio and Wally in front of him. This corner here can be tricky. It's a tight turn. Looks like oNio and Wally did it equally well as Pack. Pack with a good turn though. He's passing Wally as well. Only oNio in front of him now. Pack will pass oNio here in the next turn. So right now Pack is through to the next round. Avoids getting the no drift after the drop as well. Still looking good for Pack, although oNio is not far behind. Pack now in front with 10 hundreds, able to extend his lead. Only a few turns left now. Decent speed, although oNio may be getting a bit closer. Here's the end. Can Pack get through? He will! That looked very close for Pack to hit the wall, but he is able to avoid it. And what happened to oNio? oNio will not finish this round. So another round where oNio will come out of empty-handed. As we see Pack with the winner sign, so he's through to the next round. One more player though will also qualify. Royal took second there, up to 88 points. Wally at 85 and oNio still at 79. Cannot afford retiring these rounds. Alright, second round. oNio with a good start. But gotta get through the whole track, otherwise it is pointless. But so far so good here for Mouseboat oNio in the lead with 1600s. Continues to drive well. Wally hits the edge, but did not get a slowdown from it. oNio in front with 2600s. Close between Royal and Wally in the fight for second place. So now oNio only with a few turns left to go. Needs to get through this ending though, and this ending is not easy at all. You gotta make sure you have enough speed to make the jump, and then also of course avoid the walls. And it's really tight here, as you can see. Oof. Scary for oNio. Hits the edge of the border, but will take first place that time. 1 minute 55 hundredths is a decent time as well. And then looks like Wally defeated Wally. Wally defeated Royal. He's up to 91 points. Royal at 92 and oNio at 89. Royal and Wally can both reach finalist status here if they win this next round. oNio cannot become a finalist yet. He needs to still do one more round after this. This time not getting the best start. Instead it's Wally in the lead. Royal landing much more to the left. Compared to Wally. Oh, as oNio hits the wall. So he's not going to win this round. Instead it's Royal in the lead with 1800s in front of Wally. Both players removing their drift marks. And Royal still in the lead here, but only with a few hundreds. Wally on the attack now. Crawling closer. Can Wally make the comeback? No, he's gonna hit the wall. So now Royal all got the ending left. Can he get through this part? He's gonna go for a safe ending! And that's a very intelligent decision by Royal. I was kind of worried that Wally was still close to him, but he wasn't. Royal showing sign of awareness and will reach finalist status now. So he's gonna get a match point, his first match point here in the next round. oNio and Wally both at 95 points. First or second for Wally will be, or Wally and oNio will be enough to also be a finalist. We see Royal with the bad start, and then oNio also dropping down. Wally now the only player in the way for Royal, as he tries to qualify to the next round, and also simultaneously eliminating both Wally and oNio. Wally keeping it intact, his 1500s in front, coming up to the drop. No landing bugs, Wally still in the lead. Royal though with a nice couple of turns, may be able to catch up a bit to Wally. oNio still far behind that third place. Over the drop, still Wally in the lead. Royal though nothing to lose, needs to take the risk here in the end. Builds up good speed over the stretch. Here we go, coming up to the ending. Wally still in the lead. Royal trying to catch up, but he won't be able to make it. Wally denying Royal a spot into the next round. And with that win, he is also going to be a finalist, and also oNio is also a finalist in fact. So I was wrong about that, 6 points was enough. So we have 3 finalists. This is it, the final round of the match. Whoever wins this round will go through together with Pack. Here we go. Following oNio, who gets the best start this time. Royal and Wally though still not far behind. oNio with some slow speed. Royal has dropped down in the meantime. Right now this is between Wally and oNio for second place. Neck and neck with Royal 1600s behind. oNio losing some speed over the grass. It's Wally right now. Qualified, and Royal comes back. oNio with a small mistake. So right now it's between Wally and Royal. And Wally in the lead with 1100s. Looking like the previous round. Wally on his way to qualify to the next round. Here he is. 2800s in front, approaching the ending. Royal getting a bit closer, but it's not going to be enough. Wally needs to make a mistake. Here we go, the last turn. No, he crashes! He makes a mistake, and also Royal! oNio will get through instead! What the hell? Oh my god! Both Wally and Royal not able to handle the pressure in the last round. And oNio, against all odds, is through to the next round together with Pack. GG!